Hi there. Welcome to Within Living's YouTube channel. My name is Lois, and I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you for coming. So here at Within Living, whether it's on this YouTube channel or on my blog at withinliving.com, all our conversations are about spirituality with a focus on consciousness. The consciousness of the superconscious mind, God, if you will, in which all things exist and move and have its existence. And then with a direct, specific focus beyond that to each and every one of us, going back within us and connecting back with that state of consciousness within us. Because you see, at the very source of our existence, at what we call our being, our isness, our spirit, we are one with a part of the one consciousness that is called God or the source. So that's the focus of our conversations here. And here, I'm always going to encourage you to not take my word for it or take anybody else's word for it, right? I am bringing to you, I'm just a vessel, bringing to you, sharing with you what I have proven over 30, 40 years or more to be true for me. And I'm always going to bring it to you in a thought-provoking manner, specifically to cause you, to provoke you, to contemplate, to think for yourself, and then go back within yourself and ask the questions. When you go within yourself and ask the questions, you're actually going back to the source of your intelligence. You're going back to the infinite intelligence that is the very existence of your being, God, if you will. And when you ask the questions, the answers are going to come. No one can tell you exactly what the specific answer is for you, exactly where you are on your part of the spiritual journey, because we're not cookie cutters, right? We're each uniquely made with unique perspectives, unique experiences. And so the consciousness of you will take the law, because that's what we found all our conversations here on are based on the law, spiritual law, universal law, whatever you call it. The consciousness of you will then take that information that we talk about here, when you contemplate it and question it, it will reveal it back to you, specifically, uniquely for you, exactly where you are. Because you see, my friend, wherever you are on your spiritual journey today, I hope that a year from now or 6 months from now or a month from now, you're not at the same place, right? So the consciousness wouldn't bring to you today what it would bring to you, say, 6 months from now, because we're supposed to continue to be growing, right? Consciousness is energy, it's the spirit, it's the source, it's God, it's infinite intelligence, and it's always expanding. And because it's always expanding, it's always looking for the opportunity to continue to expand itself through you. That requires us then to conform and to be willing to change, to be willing to grow. I know humanity, we don't like to change, right? But when you've been spiritual awakened, then you realize you have this freedom, and in this freedom, you're free to move and to grow and to expand. All right, having said that, today I want to bring a conversation to you on affirmations. So I want to talk about affirmations. What are they? Let's identify what they are, and let's talk about how we use them. But before the how, why we use them, and then how we use them, okay? So affirmations are really thoughts presented to us in the form of words. An affirmation can also be in the form of an emotion. An affirmation, the definition of an affirmation is a process of asserting or an assertion that something is assumed to be true without factual evidence that it is already so. So again, affirmations are assumptions. Whatever we assume to be true. And those assumptions then are based on beliefs. And those beliefs are functioning for us, whether we're consciously creating them or we're subconsciously creating them. And again, it all goes back to thoughts. We just are the sum total of mind at the end of the day, okay? We're spirit, we're energy. And that energy is moving through what we call the human mind. So it's always going to be going back somehow to thought, because it's the energy of us, or what we call, quote unquote, vibration. Vibration simply is, it's a scientific measurement of the rate of energy, light waves or particles moving, energetic waves moving, right? We're vibrating, we're moving at a very high rate of energy or a low rate of energy, right? So the more in harmony that we are with our true divine nature, our true God self, is the higher our vibration is going to be. Okay, those vibrations then, they correlate with what we call feelings or emotions, or they manifest or are presented to us as feelings or emotions, right? Those feelings and emotions then create a pattern in the brain that, through the linguistic abilities within the brain, formulates or articulate what we perceive to be as words, right? They first come as thought. They come out, let me back up. So the emotion, the feeling then goes to the brain as a feeling, as an emotion, so it triggers a picture in the subconscious mind. Subconscious mind doesn't talk or correspond in quote unquote words. Not really. No, not at all. It does in energy, right? It's energetic. It's not the human body doing this human articulation. It moves in energy and it responds to us energetically. So when the emotions are high, it will project that in the mind. It gives a picture, and the mind then takes that picture and formulates what we, humanity, understand as, quote, a thought. That thought then, through the linguistic patterns in the brain, become the words, and then we speak those words. And the thing that I would really, really like for each person that ever hears this video to really grasp and give personal attention to is this: there are no idle words. The law tells us that. We are accountable for every single word that we have ever spoken. I'm going to go back a little bit. I'm not bringing religion in here, no, not at all, but I'm going back to the law. So in the scriptures, I think it's Genesis 1:1, it says, in the beginning, God said, right? The source, the creative source said. Now, in this conversation, we're not going to get into the nuances of whether God actually spoke a word or whether it was its vibration, but we understand that God, quote, said, let there be light, and there was. Having said that, I want to bring that back then and tie this back to you, to the power of your affirmations. Because every single word that you speak, even if you call it, quote unquote, in jest, it is an affirmation. And it's also recorded in scriptures where it says, when you, I'm not pointing at you, okay? I don't mean it that way. But you shall decree a thing, or I shall decree a thing, and it shall be established. It didn't say it may be established or coulda, woulda, shoulda. It said it shall, guaranteed. Because a decree is an edict, it's an order. When we affirm, and particularly when we affirm in the first person present tense, I am, I have, position, it is absolutely guaranteed to come to pass. It must become manifested in our lives. So then our affirmations are going to be then the spoken word, or our affirmation can be the thought, the repetitive thought. The affirmation can also be a persistent emotion that we're choosing to continue to remain in and entertain. So if we're accommodating this negative emotion, this negative energy of being anxious and critical and analytical or whatever all those things are, and we continue to persist in that, then the source of us, who is God, right? Who is the creator, it is not this body per se. It is human through you, yes. But I'm talking about the superconscious mind, the conscious mind of all things. It's absolute energy, it's intelligence, it's love, it's fluid. Therefore, as we persist in any particular emotion or thought or words, we are in essence commanding, decreeing, which is an edict, which is an order, which is commanding the God aspect of us, the creative aspect of us, to manifest itself, which is to formulate. It's formless. It's going to form into the exact words of which you are decreeing it. It's going to take on the form and likeness of that, and then it's going to manifest that in your life. Most often, we speak quote unquote idle words without being mindful of our words, because we have not been taught that we are accountable and we are responsible for our words. There's no action that you could ever have that was not preceded by a thought, right? It's all here. I'm telling you, thoughts, I love those things. So it starts here. And we have to become mindful of garnering our thoughts. Because as we think, so we become. As we think, so we do. Our thoughts are affirmations in action. So when we affirm, we're actually acting upon faith. We're calling something that is not as if it already is. We're calling it to become an evident manifestation, a fact of our lives, if you will. Okay, so when we are going to use affirmation now to change the self, and I'm always going to go back in my conversation here at Within Living, I can only talk about from my own experience. I'm always going to go back to changing the self. I know a lot of teachers, coaches, what have you, online really advocate for affirming for the things that we want, the trinkets, right? And affirmations will work to bring those forward. It doesn't matter what you affirm. If you affirm it, you're going to get it. If you affirm it long enough to convince yourself that it is true to you, because that's what the affirmation is. You are affirming something that you have no evidence of at the moment to be true to you until you are absolutely convinced, unwaveringly convinced that it is true to you. And at that point, it manifests itself. So yes, some coach or teach that we affirm for things. My friend, I have done that. I've shared that with you on this channel. Go back and look at some of my videos about why change self first. That's why I truly believe in changing the self. You see, I had no problems manifesting things or money. It didn't matter how much it was. I always felt that I was entitled to it. I was supposed to have it, right? So if I wanted it, I got it. There was no question about that. Even in relationships, it just did not matter. I was going to get it. That's just my nature. However, I would get them, and after I got them, you know the story for me, I would always lose them. Until I had to learn the lesson that the reason why I lost them was not because I couldn't get them. I got them. But deep, deep, deep inside of me, in my self-concept of me that I was not even consciously aware of at the time, I did not believe I deserved to have them, to keep them. I didn't have a problem with believing I could get them, no, but I did not believe I deserved to have them. And because I did not believe I deserved to have them, or I was insecure about having them, that would put fear in the mix subconsciously for me, and I would become afraid of losing them. And because that was my predominant fear at the depths of my being, the God of me, I was saying to the God of me, thanks, I got this great thing, but guess what? I'm so afraid I can't keep it. I'm so afraid I can't keep it, that the God of me had to manifest it through me, that yes, I had to lose it. So it wasn't until I was able to work my way back. And at that time, we didn't even have a neuroplasticity or all these different sciences. I'm talking about maybe 20, 30, 40 years of going back with those experiences. But once I understood that, and of digging out spiritual law, right, and of really being unrelenting in pursuing God, this intelligence, and I had to figure this out. And so it was there that I realized and discovered, on the one hand, I affirmed for getting it, and I got it. But on the other hand, my energy and my predominant thoughts were also affirming that I was afraid I could not keep it. Therefore, that had to manifest in my life also. So I will always take you back to changing the self. Once I started working on changing the self, things started changing, okay? So when you change yourself, what you're actually doing is you're going back and you're identifying. You're not so much affirming to get the things, but you're affirming to go back and identify with the true divine nature of who you really were made to be. Once you make those affirmations, and again, in the I am, present tense, or from the state of love, that's also a very powerful way of affirming, is from the state of love. Then once you go back and you change yourself, and you've convinced yourself, right, at your soul, in your soul, it's what some of them call healing the little child. We don't have to focus on healing the little child. Let's just heal the whole self. When we heal the whole self, and we become convicted now, unwaveringly convicted that yes, I am this new creation. Yes, I am a child of God. Yes, I am created in the very image and the very likeness of God. Yes, the true essence of me, the true self of me, the true nature of me is not the body, it's not the chick hair. It's the source of me. It is the spirit of me. And it can't never, ever be without. It can't never be rejected. It can't never be traumatized. It can't never be abused. All those attributes, right? Because it is always supplied. It is always abundant. I'm one with the source of all existence. I'm always being supplied. It doesn't matter what I've ever done or I will ever do. I am loved. I am adored. I am cared for. And I truly start believing that I am this. Then don't you see what's happening then? As I become that I am this, I position my inner self, my inner being, the God of me, to become this for me, to me. I take this new identity. And because I take this new identity now, where I understand and I am convinced that, yes, I am worthy. All that stuff I got, I was very much worthy of having it. And because I was very much worthy of having it, I was very much worthy of keeping it. Then what happens now then? Life itself outside of me must adjust and must begin to shift to manifest that through me. So as I change within to align in the concept of who I am within, then I'll start noticing as that becomes my truth within, that without even affirming for the trinkets, because the source of me knows the desires of me. The source of me knows my needs. In fact, it's a promise that my needs will be taken care of. And it's a promise to me that anything I desire, I'm going to get anyway, right? So the source of me then will begin to bring those things to me. And it will bring those things to me absolutely effortlessly. And it will be harmonious for me and for all that is concerned. And then once they manifest in my life, I will be able to keep them. I'll be able not only to keep them, but to enjoy having them. So I want to go back again to affirmation. We affirm, when we're affirming, we use affirmations. We're not using affirmations to make something happen. That is not it. We're not affirming to get the thing. No, outside. We're affirming to convince our within. Affirmation is never, ever, 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 ever to be about the three-dimensional world, your physical world. And I know a lot of them don't teach you that, not even in coaching, but I'm telling you for free, right straight up front. Affirmation, when you affirm, you are never to come to your affirmation from the standpoint of not having, but that you're going to affirm to try to make something happen. When you affirm that way, I guarantee you it's never going to come. It's never going to come because you're affirming again. You're telling the source of you, I don't have it. I'm desperate. I don't have it. I'm doing everything I can to get it. I don't have it. And the source of you will just say, oh, okay, so then I have to give you more than that, because as you sow, so shall you reap. Okay? So when you're going to use affirmations to change self, it's very important to take some time and contemplate and get within yourself and really get to the bottom of things and understand who you are within. Okay? You've been enlightened. If not, you wouldn't be watching this video. So you've been awakened somehow. So wherever you are on your awakening, go back to that moment. Go back to that point in time and recognize, yes, got it. I'm more than this body, this housing, this garment of humanity that I'm wearing. I am not it. I have it. It belongs to me. Yes, I have it. But I am not it. I'm only in it. And the essence of me, of who I am spirit. And because I am spirit, I am divine. And because I am spirit, I am one with the source of me. Whether you want to call it Father, Jesus, Lord, God, the universe, Allah, Buddha, I don't care what you call it. It's the same entity. I am one with this source of me. That is the very source of my life, who loves me unconditionally and has already given every single thing to me. I deserve it. I deserve to have whatever that is that you desire. I deserve to be whatever that is you desire to be. I deserve to do joyfully so whatever that is you desire to do. Why do I deserve it? And you ask yourself, why do I deserve it? Simply because I exist. And I exist because my source desired me, uniquely me, none other but me. I'm it. I am the prize. I am it. And I deserve to have it because of that. When you come to your affirmation from that perspective, can you then begin to see the difference? Okay? Can you see that? Go ahead and put that in the comment box. Let's have a conversation on this, because I know a lot of people are getting hung up and really pretty frustrated with this thing. And I bring it to you on a personal experience because, yes, I was too. Yes, I was too. I don't talk to you guys about anything that I haven't lived, okay? So we're chatting about it. Lois has been through it, been to hell and back. So, and I don't want to see, anyone go through it when it's really not necessary. We just need to clarify and know we don't have to all charge all these dollars to just help people in general. I will coach you, but I will coach you on when you truly understand what's going on. and you want to fine tune a few things to accelerate a manifestation in short order, and I'm talking about 7 to 10 days, yes? Okay. Other than that, I'll only bring to you what I know. I will always bring to you what I know personally. So yes, back to affirmations. When we affirm, we are affirming something that we do not yet have a conviction is true, but we are affirming it until the brain, we're working in here, not out here. The brain begins to accept it by creating those neurons. Every time we consistently affirm it, a new neuron is created in the neurological pathway. And as we're consistent and we don't deviate from that affirmation, then those neurons are linked or knitted together in the network of neural pathways in the brain, right? And when we have accumulated 10,000 of those, we solidify or concrete a conviction. We become convinced this is true to me. That's when it becomes a conviction. And when it becomes a conviction, that is the faith that will move your mountain. You don't need to know how the mountain is going to be removed. You simply need to be at a point of conviction that this is true to me. I don't give a rip about what the exterior 3D is saying. This is my truth. This is true to me. I have this. I am this. I am deserving of this. And as you come to affirm from that point of view, then your exterior world, your 3D, absolutely must shift to reflect your affirmation, which then is your inner conviction. Because at the end of the day, what we experience without is only a reflection of who we are within. If you want to know who you are within, take a good look at what's happening without. Yes? It's always going to show you the truth. It's only a reflection. All right, so that's it for now. I will do another video somewhere down the road about affirmations again, and we'll go into it because there's just so much. 20 or 30 minutes is not enough time, right? But anyway, I'll do another video somewhere down the road. In the meantime, go to the blog, lots of information. And if you need coaching, I'm getting booked. Okay, I'm going to be closing my calendar. Summer is coming. I'll be away, not available for coaching. Yes, the videos will still be here, but go to the blog, go to my website, WithinLiving.com. All right, so you know what I'm going to say, right? So I really, really, really enjoy bringing this to you today. And I brought it to you with the intention that it's going to be a blessing to you, and it's going to clarify some things to you about affirmations, why you do them, how you do them, and how the process of that work. So you be blessed with that information, and I hope you'll take it and apply it. Now, go right ahead, and you know it, in the box right there, the comment box. Go ahead, put your questions, put your comments, right? I have time at the moment. Don't know what tomorrow brings. I will answer them. Yes? So put them in there and let's have us a dialogue. And let's see if we can get you straightened out on just a few things. I'm not going to give you coaching now through the comment box, but I'll answer your questions, right? Okay. And you do know this, right? We're all in this one thing together, the superconscious mind. And it's given to us this thing called life. It is life. It's the very life of us. It's in this superconscious mind, this love, this infinite, unconditional love that we live and move and have our being, our very existence. And so I bring that love to you today. And I just want to remind you, you are loved unconditionally. You absorb that love. Stop beating yourself up. Forgive yourself and start loving yourself like you've never loved you before, my friend. Only then can you truly love anyone else unconditionally. You got to start with you. So I give that love to you, and I give that love to you today. And I'm asking you, take it, absorb it, go share it. And always remember, we're just one love. One love. We're all in this one love together. So peace and bye-bye for now. Post another video next Sunday. Bye-bye.